Today I'm going to tell you about how to plan a wedding. There are 4 important steps. 1 is choosing your budget. 2 is choosing your date and what colors that you want to use. 3 is your bridal party. And 4 is your venue and your vendors. Number 1, setting a budget. Setting a budget is just one of the most important steps. You really want to sit down with you and your significant other, if it's you two that are paying for the wedding, or if one of you have a family member or your parents who are paying for the wedding, you really want to sit down with them and just talk about what your budget is, what's in your budget, and it's just important to have a budget. That way, you don't want to go in debt over a wedding. It's a very important day in everyone's lives. I'm planning a wedding right now, but you want to use your money wisely because things add up. So you want to know what specific amount you're going to spend on certain things. The second thing is choosing choosing your date and choosing colors. Choosing your date and your colors, they're both very important things. I would say choosing your date is very important because you want it to have some special meaning. So you sit down with your significant other and talk about if there's a special day that you guys would like to get married, or even a specific season that you would rather get married in. Colors, they're also important. You want to choose colors that are going to look good, especially in the season that you pick. If you pick fall, you want to kind of go with more fall colors, not summer colors, which everybody's different. You could go with the summer colors in fall, but most people don't. The next thing I'm going to talk to you about is your bridal party. That is another important step in choosing and planning a wedding. It can be as easy or as simple as you want. You can have 2 to 12 people, or you can have more. That's just average. They really do play a lot more than just people standing up with you. They're there with you. They help you plan, and they go to bridal expos with you, and they plan bachelor and bachelorette parties for you. It's much more than just somebody standing up with you. So you want to pick good people who you're close with and that you love. Another thing that you can do that's fun with bridal parties is a fun proposal. Kind of stuttered there. A proposal. So you can do fun things, make them up a little gift basket or a little goodie bag of things to ask them to be your bridesmaid or your groomsman or your best man or your maid of honor. The next is, I would say, probably, other than your budget, is the most important thing. And this is your venue. It's just huge because when you go back to talking about the budget, you want to pick a venue that is in your budget. So you sit down and you want to talk with your significant other, and you can go and visit different places. So you have options. I would say as soon as you get engaged and you set a budget, that is the next thing that you really want to do, is go and pick out your venue or go and look at venues. So then you kind of have an idea of what you want, because some of these places can book up to a year in advance or 18 months in advance. So you really want, that's after you get engaged, it's exciting, and you set your budget. The next thing you should really look at is your venue. The next thing is vendors. You want to choose vendors that are in your budget. Most couples planning a wedding use about an average of 13 vendors. And everybody's different, and there's lots of choices, so it's easy to get overwhelmed. So the first thing you want to do is, talking about that budget again, is figure out how much money you have set for your vendors. So for your food, and for your DJ, and your photographer, and your videographer, and all those things, there's lots of different services. So just shop around and look. You can find them in your price range, in your budget, so you aren't going into debt, again that debt thing, over planning your wedding. The next thing I'm going to share with you guys is just a few fun facts. Before the 1500s, couples in Europe were free to marry themselves. Rain on your wedding day is considered good luck, according to Hindu tradition, which I found very interesting. This next one I found really interesting. Engagement and wedding rings are worn on the fourth finger of the left hand because it was once thought that a vein in that finger led directly to the heart. An average wedding in the United States has about 175 guests. In the United States, there is no law or religious dictate that says the bride must take the groom's last name. However, approximately 70% of Americans agree that a bride should change her last name. Excuse me. So that's it. Planning a wedding can be as fun or as stressful as it can be. Excuse me. Another thing that I want to show you guys that is good for also planning a wedding, sorry, is you can get a wedding planner. I'm actually right now planning a wedding, and planning a wedding again because of COVID, lucky me. But in these wedding planners, they have all kinds of things. They have a budget and your location, the dress, guests, invitations. I would say that if you're planning a wedding and you're stressed, this is definitely worth the money. This has been my best friend. I love this, and it makes it less stressful for you because you have it all right here in your notebook. You can carry it with you wherever, and yeah. So thanks for letting me tell you a little bit about how stressful planning a wedding can be. But if you set an outline of things that you want to get done by, you can really just make it less stressful.